Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decision for your application. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential screened-in application. And you can see here we have a doorway. I believe there are windows over here. There's a fan here in the center of the room. Fireplace over here, and basically seating for 4. They said I have it for 5, but it's right below the fan itself. And let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions here. So overall dimensions, you can see here is the floor plan here. Total distance, that they show is 13.4. I have 13.8 to this edge out here, which is just a little bit slightly further out than their point here and here. You can see that my support posts are just slightly further out, a couple inches. But in any case, I try to match it up to the floor plan itself. We have this 13.8 by 18 almost 4 from the outside edge here to the resident itself. And then we have some different heights here. I have 8'5" to the bottom edge of this beam coming across here, and that one there. And then to the top of that beam is 9'4" and 5/8. And then there's a flat ceiling surface up here that is at 11 feet off the floor. And then a total width over here of approximately 8 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the fireplace here just so we can kind of see things a little bit better. We do have a fan here in the center, like I said, and I have it at 6 foot diameter. I also have this marking here at 2 foot 3/8 off the ceiling, and I'm just trying to match it up to the edge here, I think is what that truly is. But this here slope section here I have at 2 foot 10 3/4, and I believe that's about it. I'm also going to turn off the screened in portion here so we can maneuver through here a little bit easier. So that's all the dimensions, and let's go ahead and look at the different options that we can come up with. So let's turn off the dimensions. And first of all, the client showed heaters that were placed there already on their design. I think it's shows over here somewhere, but in any case, they were listed as the WD series. So let's just pop that in here real quick here. There we go. And so these are the WD 6024s, so 6,000 watt 240 volts. The WD series has the brackets mounted on the ends on each side, and also the clearances have to be met that when it's mounted on a vertical surface like this, it has to have 12 inches of clearance to any combustible above it when mounted on a vertical surface and 30 degrees tilt. You can see here my mounting isn't quite right because of the fact that I'm not sure what these true posts are and what this true beam is, but I matched it up to the inside edge of these posts here so that we can maneuver it at 12 inches from here to here. It is in the center of the room, and quite frankly, this is a good design. There's nothing wrong with this, and especially for the fact that they're designed just mainly for seating for 4 here. Obviously the fireplace is over here, so seating for 4, this should work out just fine. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So the array itself, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off the clearances here. The array itself is fairly good coverage for this whole space. 6,000 watts, so it'd probably be too warm here in the center. So you might want to use a dimming system or duplex switch where you can mount, or rather you can turn one element on, one element off on all 4 elements essentially. And or use a controlled dimming system where you can turn it to 100% or 1% on. So I think I mentioned the clearance here. So clearances, no problem with the fan here at that 60-inch dimension. Let's turn that back on here. We got quite a few more inches to work with, and 6 foot diameter. And let's see if there's anything else here. I think that's about it. So I just also want to show what a CD model would look like. So the CD model looks, just to me, it looks a little bit more refined, I guess is the word. And let me just turn off the clearance. and the dimensions. And I'm going to turn on the CD6024. So this is a 6,000 watt 240 volt. And I'm going to turn off the WD so you can see what the difference actually is. They're both mounted in the same place. Now you can see the CD model has the bracket mounted in from the edge a little bit. They're different on each model, so you'd have to look up the paperwork to see exactly what that dimension might be. But all the clearances are the same, so there's no issue with regards to meeting the clearances of combustibles over here. Let's see here, sorry about this. So yeah, no issue with the clearances over here. And of course, mounting on the vertical surface, you need that 12 inches of clearance above the heater again. So I think that would be an okay, and you can see the footprint of here is essentially identical to the WD model. All right. And I'd say you'd also want to use a control system or duplex switch to regulate the amount of heat out here. All right, so the last option I'm going to say is if you wanted to heat up a little bit more of this space here, instead of using the CD model, you might consider using the WD model, and in that case you'd use, sorry, this is the CD5024 model, 5,000 watt model, as opposed to 6,000 watt model, and that way you get a little bit more heat throw. So let's go ahead and look at the ray itself. Whoops. So the ray itself, here you can see that we get really good coverage throughout this whole entire space. Let's put that fireplace back on. You can see that we're heating up a little bit of that area as well. But this whole entire space is heated up very well. So if you utilize this for different applications, you know, dining it sometimes during the year, and you had more guests that might be here, this would work out really, really well. Also, it gives you a little bit more heat in the entire space as well too. You'd also want the control system, but you can see that the placement is exactly identical to the CD6024 that I mentioned earlier, and there's no issue with regards to clearances again. So if we go to the clearances, on the edge, no issue. We got 18 inches from the edge on both sides, and that's true over here as well. So there's no issue with regards to that on the left here. All right. Well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, you'd like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and kindly tap that like button. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not support us in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers like you, and we truly appreciate that. Thank you. Have an excellent day.